Okay, selamat datang and thanks for coming here today. I know everyone is busy with your work. For those who are not busy, I don't know why they're not here. Anyway, let's put our heads down and enjoy. I'm going to start the presentation. Then I will. Oops. Okay, then I'm going to start a short video clip first. I think it should be quite interesting for those who have not seen it.
Checkout lines. Who needs them?
Have a nice day.
This is the future of e-business.
Okay, thank you. That's all for our presentation for this afternoon. We can have is the tea break ready? Okay. Let me just go back to my slides. Okay, I guess I started the presentation with a short video just to share with you. For those who are not familiar, why do I call the team Barcodes on Steroids? I was talking to Sharifah last week. There were 3 or 4 titles or teams to play around with it. One was a Big Brother Barcode, Okay. Then the other one was STROI. Okay. Thanks for having me.
You don't get special prize.
Okay. Basically, I started with a video. Then I'm going to explain to you a little bit about a very brief history of barcodes. As you see, barcode is all over us every day. Okay. Whether you are aware of the barcodes that's around you or not, okay, that doesn't matter. Then I'm going to share with you the big brother of barcodes, which is barcode on steroid, which is the next generation of barcodes. And what is RFID? Okay, basically what you will get out today is RFID. Okay, I call it big brothers of barcode, or I call it barcode on steroid. Some of the challenges I'll share with you and the advantages of using RFID, and I will end the presentation with another short video clip that will be quite entertaining. Okay. All right. Barcode started back in 1948. I think was designed or developed by these 2 gentlemen, Bernard and Norman, who learns from both of them are from Drexel University of Technology in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia actually, USA. Interesting thing about these 2 gentlemen is they are school dropouts also, from what I did on my research. They are just like Bill Gates, and they went to some of the top university, and they decided to call it quit and came up with their, and go into design and R&D and so on. And they patented the first barcode back in 1952. So just imagine. I think most of us are not here, I think in this room at that time. Okay. So from 1952 to now, I think there's so many versions. GTIN 12, EAN 13, QR code, Universal Product Code is the latest. Currently, if you look around any of your, any of your books or any of the grocery items, you will see some sort of barcodes. This is RFID. Share with you a little bit later. You see a lot of barcodes are there. Each of them has their own different type of barcodes. There are about almost a dozen of barcodes out in the market right now. So there's no real standardization. That's why you see some of them is called, QR code is popular by Japanese. These are usually the European and the Americans. And these are the universal, which is commonly found in a lot of products nowadays. Okay, I'll share with you some of the codes. Okay, back in June 26, 1974, I'm quite sure a lot of you consume these fruit gums. In fact, I bought one over the weekend, but I consumed it while I was driving. I was thinking to share with you. Then you can go and buy. So this was the first commercial UPC barcode, and it's available right now. I heard they have kept that fruit gums or juicy fruit gums in Smithsonian Institution back in the States. So for those who are there, maybe if you're interested, you might want to check out that barcode. Probably it's really hardened now. Not sure how they kept it, but it's been quite some time. Like I mentioned just now, some of these are the barcode. These two right here, you will see in almost all any items in the product. It's a must for a lot of manufacturing. Okay. Then this one is the popularized by Japan. There's some 2D and 3D as well. Okay. Okay, Big Brother. I think that's the topic for today. I saw this kind of cute, so I just snapshot it. Actually it's the big brother of barcodes, so we call it RFID. I give it in terms of RFID or barcode on steroids. Okay, as most of you know, or probably heard of it, what is RFID? Okay, RFID stands for radio frequency identification. Okay, if you look back at the video that I showed you just now, wouldn't it be nice if you can go to Carrefour, Tesco, you just walk in and just pick whatever you need, put inside your pocket and just walk out. You don't have to queue. Sometimes, certain shopping mall, if you go during peak hours, I was always afraid of going to shopping, because you have to wait for 5 to 20 minutes or 30 minutes, which is a very long time for a lot of people. Okay, so basically RFID, if you see, I got some sample here if you want to have a look afterward. Okay, actually this I call is a big brother of barcodes. Okay, some of them here, these are for different materials. You can tag on it. These are passive. Okay, I was fortunate to get one barcode RFID card with my photo on it. So basically you can tag, open, access to any doors if you implement the system. Okay. Then I got one I got from Singapore recently also. You have a card. Okay. So RFID can be applied in many industries. These are some examples which I share with you. Okay. With RFID, basically, as you know, barcode. If you go to a shopping mall when you want to check out, they have to scan each of them, right? But if you look at the video just now, the guy can just walk through. Right, the system, there's a scanner there on the gate, or gantry they call it. They walk through, they will be able to scan everything that is inside your pocket or your container or box, or it could be on a trolley as well. Okay, so which means you do not have to have a, line of sight. I think that's one of the points you can, compared to barcode you can scan it. Okay, sometimes when you scan it, so if the barcode is it's not very clean or bended. Sometimes when you buy chicken, right, you put inside a plastic bag. Right? I think the poor lady at the counter is not able to read it. So that delays the queue again. So that's why RFID is going to be the thing in the next few years. Okay. Okay, a little bit history on RFID. Back in 1915, during the World War II, if you've probably seen a lot of movies, where you have fighter planes and so on. That's one of the ways that they managed to detect their warplane is to see whether it's their is it friends or foe? Whether it's their enemies or not. So what they do is they started experimenting with this RFID technology. That was back in World War II. And then back in 1945, it's a gentleman from Soviet Union, tested the first passive RFID technology. So each of them keep improving what the other predecessor has done. Okay, and then in 1974, Mario patented the first RFID passive radio transponder with memories. Some of these, like example, these are all, there's no memories, it's passive. So, okay, we did a survey back in 2009, which is I think last year, on the familiarities of RFID in Malaysia. Okay, quite interesting. Okay, the number that we got is, if you can see right here, the percentage is still very low. Some of them say 49, and those who are not familiar at all, it's almost half as well. 209, 205 to 209. You see the comparison. And so what we did is we asked them, are they going to implement RFID? And this is the numbers that we have got. Okay, this is based on the manufacturing people that we have talked to, the licensee as well. We did a survey out that we sent it out to, and based on the feedback that we have got. Okay, where are we right now in RFID? You compare, I think the tier 1, the highest one will be Germany. Germany, Japan, Korea, South Korea, they are probably the leading edge, the lead countries that has implemented. I think it's like Japan or something. I think they are quite aggressive with this type of technology. Okay, Malaysia, we are on tier 2. Malaysia, we are, we'd like to be in tier 1, hopefully, in the next 3 to 5 years. Okay, then you look at even United States, they are in the medium part as well. Okay, Brazil, some of these South African country. Okay, the areas that a lot of these tier 1 countries that they have focused is like animal tracking, aviation, defense. A lot of them are on hospitality services. Manufacturing is one of the quite key areas as well. Postal, I think there's some testing done on postal as well. Then retail, I think retail is important, and transportation. Okay, if you see, these are even the top countries, they are focusing on these sectors. Okay. Okay. Let me backtrack a little bit. RFID, we have active. Active means basically it's a tag with a radio signal. Actually, all these are there's an antenna inside. We will come to have a look at it shortly. There's if you can see through here, right here, there's some antenna inside for the communication and so on. For the active one is a battery powered. Battery powered, so which means the device or the tag will be much bigger. Because you need to have a place to put your battery and so on. Okay. For the passive one, will be what do you call that? Will be less rubbish. You can just have a paper, or it could be any type of medium, maybe a card or something. Okay. And then there's one they call semi-active, so it's in between passive and active. Okay. A little bit on the diagram here. Actually, if you look at your asset here, asset tag, and then there's a tag, which is this tag right here. Okay, so it could be, your assets could be anything, whether it's an animal, it's a table, it's your computers, your handphone and so on. Okay, so then you put a tag with RFID into it, and then with the antenna that's built into the tag, you can communicate with your reader. This is like a barcode as well. Okay, and then with some sort of internet, whether it's broadband or something, TCP/IP, you can connect to your software, with your host, then your customers, your vendors and so on. Okay. Another diagram will be similar to this. You have your tag here, which is your RFID tag, and then your antenna to read the information on the tag, and then you can send it to your computer systems. Okay. Okay. The two biggest pusher for this technology was Walmart. Walmart was one of the first one. For those who have been to US, have probably heard about this company called Walmart. They're probably one of the largest, I think, retail shops. They're just like Tesco or Carrefour in Malaysia over this part of the world. And they were the first to insist their supplier to ensure that they, whatever they supply, it has to be in some sort of RFID form. Okay, and then based from the government, US DoD, Department of Defense, they have implemented the policy as well to ensure that those that are doing business with the Department of Defense, DoD, they have to use RFID technology as well. So that they are the two major pushers as well. Okay, what is RFID? Like I mentioned just now, some of them are read only, some of them are read and write, which means you can write many to it. Okay, so those are usually for more value items. Okay, but because the cost to build these are quite expensive as well. So okay, you can see right here, example here. This inventory can be taken easily if you have some sort of RFID. Okay. Alright. Like I mentioned just now, you can keep a lot of information, just like on your SIM card, right? You can have a lot of information. If you have like 64K, 128K, and so on, unless it's a passive, then you can only read once, write once only, and the information will be permanent. You cannot change it anymore. Okay. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, like I mentioned just now, you can be on any pallets or cases of product, on vehicle as well. In Singapore, they did a project for Tanjong Motors. In their, their yards, where they park, I think like few thousand cars. It's very difficult for them to, deliver the car to their customer when customer need the car. They have to go and search. So with RFID, they know where the car is. So then, because when they deliver the car, the customer will always look at the kilometer, the odometer. Sometimes it's already run like 1,000 miles or 1,000 kilometers. Customer will complain, hey, somebody drove this car. So they try to minimize that. So that's one of the reasons why even Tanjong Motor, they have successfully implemented RFID. Okay. Companies' assets, like I mentioned just now, computers can be any high value items. Personnel as well, we can even track all of us, who is in the office, who is not in the office, and where they are, so it's quite a powerful technologies. You can, I think for the ladies, I was reading some articles, they're tagging into the jewelry as well. So, okay, so laundry as well. Resort World in Singapore, the one they just opened about this year. They have tagged all their uniforms, all the staff uniforms. So when an employee comes in the morning, they will go to a checkout point where they just key in their PIN number, some sort of code. The system will have a conveyor belt. They will be able to bring their clothes out because everything is RFID tagged. So then they can just put on the uniform, go to work. When they come back, on the way back, they just drop the uniforms. Then they will do for dry clean and so on. And the next day, they will go back to the same cycle again. So they don't have to look for it because they're looking at few thousands of employees turn around. It's massive, Okay. Even if you do dry cleaning, sometimes when you go to a dry cleaning shop, it takes a while for them to look for your equipment. Just imagine you have few thousands of people, and you can't afford to have the time for them to wait and so on. Okay. Mention about livestock as well, pets, and then computer, TVs, and computers as well. Okay. On the technical side of it, these are all memories. Some of them are memories. Some of these are, and the frequency that can be used 1 to 5 kilohertz to gigahertz 5.8, so on. Okay. Price-wise, if you look at some of these, can be from 10 USD to about 250, depending on the complexity that you want. Okay. The price has came down quite a bit significantly compared to about, let's say, 5 to 10 years ago. Before that, a lot of people, one of the factors that people do not want to implement RFID is the cost, and this has been reduced significantly. Okay, basically what you need to do is the tag and the reader. Okay, and then the information has to be pumped into some sort of computer system. Okay, even for example, for us, we can even implement RFID on our our elite system as well. We wanted to. In fact, when we ship in here 206, we were looking into that option as well. But one of the issues that we encountered was there's too many doors based on the design of this building and bombers requirement as well, that you need to have a lot of exit. You know, if not, I think if you have one or two exit or entrance, I think you can monitor. We don't have to, you know, even when you come in, just tap, the door will open by itself. But then there's of course, cost is always a factor there. Okay, share with you this one a little bit on readers. You know, some of them are wireless, handheld, and some of them could be like, you know, you have a cable here, so that you don't lose the reader and so on. Okay. All right. For those who are familiar, I think those are in engineering side, you probably know the frequency that can be used. Some of them are free, some of them are licensed. You know, from 125 kilohertz to 2.4 gig. Okay, and the distance, depending on the distance, some of them for the passive one, you can access to about less than 10 cm, and some of them could go up to 2 to 5 meters, depending on your needs and so on. So depending on what frequency you want, there's many factors you need to really look into it before you can say, okay, I'm going to go with this passive or active and so on. Okay. All right, in Malaysia, basically the allocated band that we have is 919 megahertz to 923 megahertz with a 4 mega total bandwidth of 4 megahertz. Minimum is 1 megahertz or 500 times 200 kilohertz. And so on, and the battery power should be less or equal to 4 watts, okay, for the reader. Okay, some of the advantages of let's say 150 kilohertz. All right, basically depending on what you want to do. Let's say, for example, a library. Maybe you just need a passive with a lower frequency and so on. Okay, the good things about this is that it will penetrate materials as well, water. Even water to a certain extent, tissues, wood and material. So which means you can tag, you know, into a vehicles. You know, you do not have to, what do you call that, even for vehicle, you can incorporate it with GPS and so on. So which means any time there's any problem with your vehicle or stolen, you can send some sort of message to a system or third-party system to deactivate your vehicle and so on. Or you can track where is your vehicle. Okay, disadvantages, some of the disadvantages are, depending on your environment, like say, if you are in the environment where there's a lot of iron and steel, there could be some sort of interference. As you know, radio frequency, there's always some whether it's minor or major interference. Okay, antennas is very important, you know, depending how you design the antennas. Even in this, I was told by the manufacturer, it's very critical that your antennas are positioned in the right place. If not, you might not be able to read. Sometimes you might not. Ideally, you want to read 100%. But even barcodes, I don't think you can read 100% at all. The most you can get is about 98, 99%. So then there's a few percentage that you need to manually resolve it. Okay, and the range as well, how far can you read the frequency? Some of the disadvantages are, like I mentioned just now, some of them are very thick. Like it's going to be very hard to protect clothing fabric or whatever, right? For like this type of what do you call it, RFID, like for example, you go to Genting Highlands amusement park, they can tag, you know, they can just put a wristband so you can easily check in, check out, and they can track where you are as well. Some of the advantages of 13.5, like some of the frequency that I mentioned to you, from 150 to 2.4 gigs. These are some of them, some of the data which I'm not going through. Disadvantages as well, some of the disadvantages. Okay, for this higher frequency, some of them will be like tolls and so on. So which means you should be able to read it further from far away, just like our, what do you call it, the touch and go and so on. Okay, these are other disadvantages as well. Okay, so on the 2.45 gigahertz, these are the bigger frequency one. Okay, some of them. Let me see. I just pick out the important ones. some of these you can read a higher data rate, it's much faster than the passive one. Okay. These are the advantages as well. No line of sight. I think that is the biggest advantage of RFID compared to barcodes. Okay, barcodes is basically you need an infrared to read the labels. Okay. Disadvantages as well, some of them. Okay, I'll share with you a little bit about this. I think it's let's say for example you have your goods here inside. Let's say you have your items, your phone. If it's RFID, all you need to do is view a gantry here. They call it a door, if you want to call it, and you can have the forklift to drive through it, and you should be able to see what is inside the box instantly, rather than you have to do a physical count. How many boxes you have, how many quantities, and so on, which will take a lot longer. Alright, for example, like if you're on the conveyor belt, you can just you basically as the conveyor belt moves, this reader will pick up what is the items. You can in the items you can classify as much information as you want. Even the specs of the products as well. You can put a lot because there's no if you have 64K or 128K, there's a lot of information you can capture. Okay, these are some of the samples that they go through conveyor belts. Okay, you can see right here, if you were to do manual batch, which means you have to walk around your factories or your vendors have to do all this scanning manually, or you use some sort of wireless as well, or a fixed station. So which means it's going to be very costly, and there's a lot of errors, so sometimes you could miss it. Okay, but if you use some sort of conveyor belt with the readers, when you go through the doors or gantry, you will be able to capture most of the information that you want. Okay, some of the advantages will be like quality of service. Why you use RFID? For a company, any company should consider your quality of service will be fantastic. I mean, if for example, if you go to Pushpacom or JPJ, you have to key your car chassis number. The number is so long, there's tendency to have errors and so on. But if they can RFID into that piece of paper, which means your names, your address, your chassis engine numbers, your specification of your car, everything will be inside. You just have to go through the readers. You can capture it. So which means you enhance your control, less errors, your quality of work environment will be much better. You don't need so many people, you can speed up your processing. Saving of resources, increase your security as well. Will be a corporate image, your market position as well. Depending if you are vendors or your manufacturers, and your market share will increase as well. Okay. Okay. We did some. There was some study done by Frost Sullivan. What are the areas that they feel that is critical or mature enough? Would be like, for example, government, logistic, transportation, agriculture, personnel, and manufacturing as well. Okay, NFC is the next thing that I think for those who are in engineering, you're probably familiar. Linear field communications. Okay. So these are on this side right here. These are all pretty much mature. These are the areas that a lot of countries, in fact, Singapore, they are focusing quite a lot on health as well and logistics as well. Okay, where are we in the South Asia Pacific? So beside you, just now I mentioned Germany, Japan, and so on. So we are actually number 2 right here. According to Frost Sullivan, based on the 2009 reports, Asia Pacific should be able to overtake the European market by 2020. We should be. It's very good if we can. Everyone can contribute on this. Okay. The second last slide that I think is quite interesting is the Internet of Things. I'm quite sure some of you have heard about it. Okay. We are at 210 right now. Okay. If technologies are matured enough, eventually we want to be able to have teleoperational and telepreference, ability to control and monitor and control distant object, which means you can be anywhere in the world, you should be able to control even your equipment at home. I know there's some technologies out there right now, but I think we are talking about machine to machine talking to each other. And if that's how I think the technologies will move in 5 to 10 years time. That's why the term is Internet of Things with RFID, with other technologies, with NFC and so on, wireless sensor. This is where I think take my word, by 2020 we will be there. Your house will be different, everything will be different, provided we adopt the technologies now. Okay, which is okay. Before that, I got one video just to share with you.
Would you kindly tell me what you're doing on the road?
I'm with the help desk. You're lost. You're headed to Fresno.
Fresno, right?
This is the road to Albuquerque.
How do you know we were lost?
The boxes told me.
The boxes.
RFID radio tags on the cargo. Helps track shipments.
The boxes knew we were lost. Maybe the boxes should ride. Very funny.
Okay, with that I end my presentation. So basically, the lady was sitting right in the middle of the desert, and she can detect that the truck was lost. So with the technology, everything is possible. So that's why they said the old man said maybe the box should drive the truck. Okay, with that I open up for question if there's any. You can have.
Some countries like Denmark, they even gone into feasibility studies, like for example, the European countries are being more emphasis on food, on what it's called health, quality of food, and now they have feasibility where you can tell where the food came from, the source. So by the time we just think of people, you know that what you're eating is either good for you or not good for you. So that one is designed to be just a higher level action. And I think in Australia, the farming, you have 1,000 acres of wheat farming run by maybe this one person, or the balance right.
So that's why I say the European they have even looked into what you call healthcare. So where does your medicines that you took every day, right? Where is it manufactured? They even have that technology. In fact, some of them, there's one guy, he got RFID himself. But I heard recently he just got a virus infected. So that's a joke. Yeah, he did some implants into himself. In fact, in Singapore also, I was talking to our IDA counterpart. They have implemented quite a lot of RFID in hospital as well. Okay, especially big hospitals. They want to know how many beds are free, where the equipment are. Sometimes after usage, they will just put in one room, during emergency, they don't know where the equipment. So now they have RFID, the equipment itself, they tag the equipment, so they know where is where. So so they can always be in control of the equipment. In the event of emergency, they will be able to track it very fast.
John, SKMM, kita punya role kan, what we do is, just a class, we allow people to use the tree, macam the beauty cycle, bukan the beauty cycle. What do we actually do? What is our role? Because dulu cerita pasal my SMS abang pandang, and then my SMS abang pandang out of favor sekarang. So what is our regulatory function in terms of RFID?
Very, very good question. I know this question will arrive. Because RFID was part of the My ICMS 86, I think back in 2006, if I'm not mistaken. Right? one of the role of services is to promote the growth of technologies from machine to machine, and RFID is one of them. You know, I think for the past few years, there's different roles of players in trying to promote. You know, a lot of them say, well, we should promote to the industries, to the licensees, and so on. So because RFID is very complex, because you've got to either you start somewhere or you start from the manufacturing. But a lot of manufacturers say, well, there's a lot of cost implication. Ideally, you can start from the plant, that would be best. Because let's say, for example, if all information is tagged from the manufacturer, right? Then it's a lot easier for, we're talking about the chain, supply chain. Everybody can do their parts. Because if it's not tagged, you need to always go back to the beginning, right? Let's say, for example, a handphone, right? They can tag it. So that's where we can play a role as well, but it will be a what you call that, international collaboration as well. We can tag the phone from the manufacturer. Then it's going to be easier for us whether we do NFC later on or we get sensors. If not Nokia or even Sony, I said they will wait. Say, well, I'm not going to pay the cost that somebody can contribute. So whether it's a consumer who's going to pay back or it's the manufacturer going to invest first. So it's the chicken and egg. So the only thing that we can see is I'm seeing a lot of countries right now. You know, even in Singapore, they have allocated about 10 million Sing, just for this R&D, and RFID is one of them as well. Yeah. In fact, 2 days ago, Singapore just contributed. They're going to allocate 1.1 billion into the IT.
Yeah, because for example, logistic companies, courier companies, without our prodding them to do so, they are already adopting some of them already. And in terms of big companies, yes, tapi I don't see government of Malaysia coming in like Singapore and creating opportunities for small to medium industries to actually start using it. Kita punya sell tu tak ada. So that's where I'm really like ada question mark besar tu, where do we come in? I mean, we can tell people that it's good, but when kita tak ada macam tax incentive ke guna ke
in Singapore, right, IDA, they have allocated 150,000 for any SME who are willing to adopt to RFID technology. So that is a catalyst to promote the technologies. But in Malaysia, unfortunately, we do not have that yet. We are trying to push for that. You know, what they did is they say, okay, any projects you want to do, they will do a feasibility study on it, and then they will allocate 150.
So you're right, at the moment, because of the cost factor, it's quite expensive to start up a system. For example, like you got recently, I think the health ministry has mandated some things, nutritional labeling and stuff like that. So if you want to go further, you have to look into where the source, especially for Muslims, you want to have halal. Now everybody you see on the internet, E number means cannot eat, not halal, animal source. But then the thing is, animal source what? Pork, bovine halal, not halal. You don't know because the number is the same. So let's say I give a number, say, I don't know what number, but let's say E400 is animal fat. But it could be bovine fat, it could be pig fat, you don't know. So if it's bovine fat, is it halal, not halal? You don't know. But if you want to start adopting this kind of thing, of course, you just before the halal, it doesn't matter. We have to start it, but to have consumer confidence. On the other hand, start the system is quite expensive. I mean,
supply chain has to be there. In fact, for the information, we have start talking to Jackie from Malaysia as well to basically do what Imam mentioned just now. Basically, try to have a certificate to track from source to consumer.
Macam satu lagi opportunity untuk kita is macam NFC punya devices. You pernah tengok tak yang you pergi tap, you punya credit card tu? Banyak company they defeat it, you know, by not connecting it, by not switching it on. You macam Giant, they have the machine there. Oh, sini tak boleh bayar pakai tu. Or it's not even connected. I had to ask. I went to KFC, you know, and I said I want to try and use this. kejap lah, dia pergi pasang lah, like a package, you know.
So usually they are not connected lah.
No, it's not. It's a.
I know your Visa card. If you see Visa card is way behind.
So
I don't know whether maybe
so this is where maybe SKMM pun patut pergi sana and knock on the no, ini bukan ni. This is also part of SKMM, you know, where we can actually come in. You know, you have it. Make sure you're using it. Apa guna we propel to the next level, but we are only using RFIDs or American sampai say Alfit kan, only in closed systems tau. Yang open system semua dia be limited. Macam evil gila.
I know like Giants or something like say KFC lah. I don't know why they don't turn it on, but
And then satu lagi RFID is where we can come in is in terms of the security measures where we can create standards and then can come in, you know. Because memang dah ada proof of concept where you can use any RFID, especially if it's a passive one, to trigger any other event, including terrorist events. And if I pass in the vicinity of carrying a US passport or carrying a Malaysian passport with that RFID, I can trigger it with RFID from Malaysia, boom, untuk kan. So, you know, that is memang, I mean, if you have the proof of concept, it can be done.
I mean our passport, all passport, your passport, RFID.
So, our passport kan, in terms of kalau nak jadi jahat.
Actually, we are the first one in the world to have RFID.
So maybe that's the opportunity where we can come in and create a technical standard to, ataupun there's already standard. I know one of the forums can come in RFID, nampak lagi kita lead something kan. So
We are working closely with Siri.
I'm just thinking out of my head now.
Yeah, at the end of the day, despite the technology is not in our RFID, even though at the moment we're not talking some things, but we still have to come up with the documents and for these standards that is going to be implemented. So we have
I think one of the issues probably there's a lot of free bank out there. That's one of the biggest challenges. The license ban is only like 4 meters, but then the free ban is use any of the free ban. There's no, it's not big. I believe it's not in our jurisdiction as well as free ban.
And I tak tahu, I don't know about spectrum lah, so you get me advice. Katakan macam I have a bit wallet 2.3 in spectrum kan. There's nothing to stop you, right, to put like a device which is also RFID device, you know, piggy banking on that particular spectrum. Therefore, you don't have to follow all the spectrum juga. I mean, if you given that, I don't know, maybe extend use kan. People like, you know, telco can come in and say, oh, I got this phone, let's put an RFID on the same band, therefore I can use it for all the NFC requirements. Tak tahu. I would like to see more interesting things come out.
Eventually, like you said, the internet things is where
Macam mainan, RFID, unbelievable opportunities for you to create. You know, but it's not there. It's not education.
One of the challenges that I find is, especially in European countries, privacy as well. You know, in fact, you're so worried about it. Sometimes there's another group that is against RFID because they say privacy, because we can track. This technology can track you anywhere. You know, so especially European, they say, oh, this is privacy. You know where toilet berapa kali tu. So that is another challenge. You know, challenges for these implementers.
Also, I was interested when I saw you the aviation. Apa aviation sebenarnya?
Aviation, a lot of, like in European countries, they track a lot of those, especially.
It's inventory lah. It's not like kapal terbang.
That was the old technology of it. You know, whether it's a friend or foe, whether it's
Itu data sebenarnya kot. And 1950 itu is
now they are more advanced really. They are one kind of play with it. Okay, now then I close the session. Thank you very much for coming. Please.
Thanks very much. Now, if you want to know the other RFID, you let me know. John himself is an RFID.
Thank you. Guess we can have a look.